Welcome back, reporter panel time. Let me introduce Tia Mitchell, Washington Bureau Chief, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Dave Levinthal, Senior Editor at NOTUS, renamed next week, The Star. We will pay very close attention to that. All right, I did this before we went to break. Iron rule, if I went to it at a break, I talk about it. So today, California Governor Gavin Newsom got off the sidelines and endorsed Karen Bass for re-election as mayor of Los Angeles. Why does this matter? Look at the polls. Bring it up, the control room, the full screen. Karen Bass at 26%. City Council member Nithya Raman, 25%. Spencer Pratt, reality TV star, 22%. Both Pratt and Raman have risen in the last month and a half. Karen Bass, flat. And the number one issue in this poll, according to LA voters, corruption and fraud in the mayor's office. That is a very bad thing if you're running for re-election. Tia.
Yeah, I think that there are a lot of Democrats that are worried about the choices. And I think Karen Bass is the safe choice for the establishment. But she's being weighed down by being the incumbent. You know, she has a record for people to pick apart. But I think it shows that party leaders are trying to coalesce around her. But you're right, the undecideds are not going with Karen Bass. They're picking the other two leading candidates.
Dave, any real quick thoughts?
Fire is an issue. And this is something that has dogged her ever since that happened.
Yep.
And about two-thirds...
Being out of the country and then a slow response thereafter.
100%. And about two-thirds of voters in the city say the city's going in the wrong direction.
Quick update on the California governor's race. Also a new poll on that, showing Javier Becerra, 23%, Steve Hilton, 20%, Tom Steyer falling at 15% after spending more than $110 million on ads. Seems like the more he spends, the farther he falls. That's an interesting collection of data in politics. Dave, quick thoughts there.
I mean, one of the most underappreciated facts in politics is that the vast majority of self-funded candidates, particularly the ones at the highest level, don't win election. They lose. And Tom Steyer may be going in that very direction, as he saw in 2020 when he ran for president, also spent a fortune and didn't even get a single delegate vote.
Tia, I'm always fascinated to have you at the table to talk about what's going on in Georgia, because it is a huge year in Georgia. Governor's race, Senate race. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, speaking of self-funded candidates, we have healthcare executive billionaire Rick Jackson, whose spending has appeared to pay off because he went from nowhere to in a runoff, which
to qualifying for the runoff.
And he has not yet been leading in polls, but we haven't got to runoff polls yet. But there is a chance he could win. In Georgia, the person who enters the runoff in second place often wins the runoff. So on the Senate race, we've got Mike Collins versus
Derek Dooley.
Derek Dooley, the former football coach. And Mike Collins has just had some drama recently. He fired a top aide, some problematic tweets. So Derek Dooley fans are hoping that could help propel him.
He is backed by the governor, Brian Kemp. Derek Dooley
backed by Brian Kemp, but who hasn't weighed in yet is President Donald Trump. And people are Collins' team is hoping he gets a Trump endorsement despite some of the bad headlines.
What would a Trump endorsement mean for that runoff?
It'll mean everything because this is still a Republican
But would it
primary.
jeopardize it in the general?
Yes. I mean, that's why Governor Kemp is backing Derek Dooley. He thinks that Mike Collins is
probably going to get that endorsement, but probably can't carry it across the finish line.
Because remember, they're up against John Ossoff, the Democrat. He's an incumbent. He's very popular in the state. He's going to be hard to beat no matter who it is, but they think a MAGA Trump Republican would not be a great candidate against Ossoff.
Dave, I want to talk about some very interesting reporting you had about the top lawyer at the Department of Health and Human Services doing something that raised lots of eyebrows. What was it?
He's trading stocks in Corning, the glassmaker company. And why would we care about Corning, the glassmaker company? Well, because it has massive 9-figure contracts with the Department of Health and Human Services. I spoke to this lawyer, and he basically said, hey, I'm not doing anything wrong. I work my career ethically. The Office of Government Ethics, they took a bit of a different stance, and they actually declined to certify his disclosure of this stock trade. There's no huge strings attached there, but it's like a scarlet ethics letter, so some controversy.
A scarlet ethics letter, probably not the last we will see in the current iteration of government in Washington. Tia Mitchell, Dave Levinthal, thank you so much.